Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. I'm Rick Cabrera.
And I'm Estela Casas. Good afternoon. Today is a new day. The words of Texas Education Commissioner Michael Williams. He is optimistic because the largest school district in El Paso is under the leadership of an elected board for the first time in nearly 2 years. Retired teacher and restaurateur Bob Jeske was sworn in as appointed manager 2 months ago, but today he joined the trustees. Al Velarde, Susie Bird, Diana Dye, Charles Taylor, Trent Hatch, and Dory Fennenbach took the oath of office. Velarde is a retired police officer and the executive director of the Child Crisis Center. Bird is a former city rep. Dye and Taylor are retired teachers. Hatch is a sales manager, and Fennenbach is an attorney. The trustees will replace the appointed board of managers, which had been considered one of the most qualified school boards in the state of Texas. Dee Margo, Ed Archuleta, Carmen Arrieta Candelaria, and Dr. Judy Castleberry. As I mentioned earlier, Bob Jeske, an elected trustee, joined the board of managers a couple of months ago after Blanca Enriquez stepped down to become the National Head Start Director.
TEA Commissioner Michael Williams appointed the managers after he dissolved the elected Board of Trustees in the wake of a cheating scandal. This was a historic move because EPISD was the largest school district in Texas to have its board removed. The scheme kept certain at-risk students from taking state-mandated tests, helping the district get better state and federal test scores. The man at the top took the fall. A judge sentenced former EPISD Superintendent Dr. Lorenzo Garcia to 3.5 years in prison. Garcia was ordered to pay $180,000 in restitution. He is now out of prison and lives in Houston.
Commissioner Michael Williams was here to watch over the transition, and the TEA will maintain a level of supervision over the trustees. Williams has appointed a monitor, Fred Leiner, a former superintendent. ABC 7's Ashlie Rodriguez was there for the swearing-in ceremony. She's live with details developing now.
Rick, Estela, it was just a big day here at EPISD, a historical day. Commissioner Williams says he looks forward to working with the elected trustees, but they won't be alone. Just like you mentioned, he has appointed a monitor, Fred Leiner, to essentially be his eyes and ears. He's going to report back to Commissioner Williams quarterly. He's going to update him on how the board is doing. But getting back to today's meeting, the trustees were officially sworn in, as you can see, and not before Commissioner thanked the Board of Managers. He said they successfully regained the trust of the community. They successfully settled the financial issues that the district had, but it's time for the power to shift back to the elected trustees. Like you mentioned, the trustees will be monitored. Fred Leiner is going to specifically look at how they get along and how they're off to a good start or a bad start. There's no set time period for how long he will be here. It could be as short as a couple months or as long as a couple years, whatever he deems necessary. Commissioner Williams also mentioned that there's a new TEA investigation into EPISD. EPISD's internal auditor reported potential irregularities in attendance. So they've self-reported that back to the TEA. The TEA will be looking into the attendance numbers and making sure that they are accurate. Back to you.
Okay, Ashley, thank you very much for the latest on this. And the elected board's first tasks will be setting a budget and tax rate this summer. The first meeting is June 2nd.